Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is Teddi Mellencamp still keeping Lisa Vanderpump's name in her mouth in order to give herself relevancy. And I'm with LVP on this one. Teddi, keep my name out your mother effing mouth. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with the community. Check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. So with that, you guys, let's dive right on in. So this is according to Reality Blurb. Teddi Mellencamp shades Real Housewife of Beverly Hills cast over reunion, shares where she stands with Lisa Vanderpump, talks drama with Vicky and Heather, plus Dad John talks Teddi's, quote, fake crying. Teddi, your dad doesn't even like you. This is insane. This is insane. But let's get into it because you know what? Why not? Let's laugh. Let's have a giggle. Let's dive in. So Teddi Mellencamp appeared on Sunday night's episode of Watch What Happens Live with her famous father, John Mellencamp, where she opened up about her current relationship with former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills castmate Lisa Vanderpump. Before revealing if she believes there's hope for a reconciliation between Vanderpump and Kyle Richards, side note, there isn't, but let's keep going, detailing her recent drama with Real Housewives of Orange County Vicky Gunvalson, I love Vicky, shout out to Vicky, and Heather Dubrow, oh Heather. Fancy Pants is pissed pants. She's not in a good mood lately with Terry Dubrow's cheating rumors, having to sell her house, and yelling at people in Javier's, but I digress. If you missed the Heather Dubrow videos, go back and watch them now. But let's keep going. And shaming the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast for their behavior at the season 12 reunion. Teddi reacted to a fan who wanted to know if she texted Vanderpump since they, quote, made amends over Puppygate and questioned her about Vanderpump and Kyle's features. I don't necessarily say we made amends. We made peace, but we don't need to talk about it anymore. We've moved past that discussion. Teddi clarified on the November 27th episode of Watch What Happens Live after show. Side note, what she's basically saying is, Vanderpump doesn't F with me. I couldn't get to her or talk to her if I wanted to. That's why there's no room for discussion, because Vanderpump basically was like, you don't talk to me, I don't talk to you, keep my name out your mouth. But of course, Teddi can't because there's nothing interesting about Teddi. She always has to talk about other people to make herself interesting. But let's go on. Dun 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 dun. And in regards to Kyle and Lisa, she told the fan, I feel like if they actually were together, they probably could. I think Kyle's pretty easy to forgive in general. This is a big statement. Depending on how you take it. And let me break it down. Does she mean Kyle is pretty easy to forgive? Like Kyle's going to forgive Lisa Vanderpump, but forgive her for what? What exactly did Lisa Vanderpump do to Kyle? I'll wait. Not a damn thing. What did she do to Kyle? Nothing. Or was this a slip up and she was saying Kyle's pretty easy to forgive in general, like it's easy to forgive Kyle, since Kyle was the one who was doing very vile things. She was the one who turned on her friend. She was the one going around. She took Lisa Rinna aside in every situation. She was the one who really was take down LVP train with this whole stupid Puppygate situation. Who leaked what to the press, blah, 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 blah. Does it even matter? Particularly with everything that just went down in the last season. So I don't know if she was saying Kyle's pretty easy to forgive, as in Lisa Vanderpump needs to forgive Kyle, or did she slip up because she knows that Kyle was in on the takedown and that it should be easy to forgive Kyle? Take it for what you will. Put it down in the chat box. What do you think? But let's keep going. On the live broadcast of Watch What Happens Live, answering another question from a fan, Teddi confirmed she spent time with Vicky at BravoCon after their ROC alum, who allegedly tried to get her fired from her and Tamara Judge Two Teas in a Pod podcast, declared she didn't like her. I did, and I have a new appreciation for her because I felt her vulnerability and almost insecurity at certain things at BravoCon, Teddi revealed. even though she'll publicly talk poorly about me, there was a moment when she looked at me and she was like, "I feel alone right here." And I was like, "I got you. I get where she's feeling." And if she feels a little insecure about the Tamara relationship, it is what it is. Shut up, Teddi. Shut up, Teddi. I have not seen a single housewife be so desperate to get back on a show as Teddi Mellencamp. And there's been some pretty desperate people to get back, like pretty desperate. But this is insane. This is insane. I agree. I don't think that Vicky doesn't like Teddi personally. I think that Vicky and Tamara were just really, really close. And I think the fact that Tamara did a podcast in Vicky's mind, she'd be like, well, if Vicky's going to do a podcast with anybody, it's going to be me, Trace Amigas. They weren't messing with Shannon at that time because Shannon got to stay on the show. So you would think if Tamara's going to do a podcast, she would do it with Vicky. So I can see how Vicky would feel like, oh, I've been replaced, someone who's like younger, hotter, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not, I'm not saying Teddi is, hotter than Vicky in a demeaning way, but you know what I mean by that. You know what I'm getting at. I'm by no means talking about, like appearances and stuff like that. What I am saying is that I understand how Vicky could feel some type of way about it. Like, I'm not going to lie. If I was BFFs with someone and they started a podcast with some other chick, I would be like, excuse me? Why didn't you ask me to be your podcast host? WTF? So like, I get it. It's just being a human being. If we're going to be honest about stuff, we have to be honest about it. So I totally get it. But let's keep going. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Teddi was then asked her thoughts on the October sale of Heather Dubrow's $55 million mansion in Orange County, which has prompted speculation about her potential role on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She cornered me on an airplane, so since then, I wish her the best and congratulations, Teddi explained before detailing her past run-in. On the way to BravoCon, all of a sudden, I see her walking in. I knew she already had issues with me because of Tamara, stuff I've said on the pod, and all of a sudden, she walks up, and I'm like, yikes, and she just went for it, Teddi recalled. Looking back at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 12 reunion, which aired last month, Teddi admitted to being disappointed by her former co-stars. Teddi, again, please shut up. It broke my heart as Kyle's friend, but also watching her as a viewer, I was watching the rest of the girls kind of play to the audience versus their friend who was breaking down. I don't like that, she stated. What about Kyle playing to Lisa Rinna, Erica Jane Girardi, and Dirty Diana? What about that? Let's keep going. And as for Kathy Hilton's claim that Lisa Rinna is the biggest bully in Hollywood, Teddi disagreed. I think Harvey Weinstein is, she detailed. Teddi, you're not a feminist. You're not in the Me Too movement. You're not being cute by saying Harvey Weinstein. Like, Teddi, you just get more and more obnoxious every time you open your mouth. But let's keep going. While Andy Cohen suggested that Teddi may have been fearful of awkward confrontations from the Real Housewives she discussed on her podcast at BravoCon, Teddi said they didn't happen. People just ran to me because they're hoping that I'm just going to leak something to get them in a better light, she explained, admitting that she's absolutely hypocritical on her show at times. Of course, I'm a total hypocrite, she confessed, stating that she holds her friends to different standards. Well, that's the most self-aware thing I've ever heard you say, Teddi. But I think it goes beyond being a hypocrite. You're literally just a mouthpiece. You said it yourself. People come to you so you can put them in a better light, and you're a hypocrite. So at least you're self-aware. Also during the show, John explained why he got annoyed with Teddi crying on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I know Teddi, and she doesn't really cry, he shared, further saying that she's always been dramatic. And then he goes on to tell some stupid stories. Who cares? Anyway, there's that. But I want to know what you guys think. Why? I mean, I'm just kind of like, Teddi, can you please keep Lisa Vanderpump's name out of your mouth? You're still using her name to get clout, to get any type of relevancy. She already told you to keep her name out of your mouth. And yet here we are again. Let's not forget what you did, Teddi. You went and you tried to, you were so dismissive and rude about Lisa Vanderpump's grief when her brother passed away, being like, oh, you guys wanted us to have sympathy for Vanderpump when she was grieving. Well, we need to have sympathy for Lisa Rinna and her mother. Apples to oranges. And also, you can say, hey guys, my friend Lisa Rinna, my friend Lisa Rinna is mourning the loss of her mother. Let her grieve, without saying something disparaging about Lisa Vanderpump and what she went through and her grief when also her mother died as well, and her brother died. And you lied. You said, oh, she never said that she was grieving. That's a bold-faced lie. We saw it on camera. She talked about it multiple times. To your face, Teddi. And that's why everybody on Twitter was, tagging you with actual clips of Lisa Vanderpump talking to you about her grief when it came to her brother passing away. And they were close. And even if they weren't, anybody who loses a sibling or a family member is allowed to grieve. So shut up, Teddi. But they were close. And you knew that, and you still lied because you're a liar and you're a hypocrite, just like you said. And hopefully, Bravo, if you're listening, do not give this chick a diamond back. Do not. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. What I actually think the biggest juicy piece would have been in a missed moment, because again, Teddi is just a mouthpiece. I would have loved to know, what did Heather Dubrow say to you on the flight? You said she cornered you and she had a lot of things to say to you, but what did she say? That to me would be way more interesting than you still windmilling for Kyle, for you still being up her butt, for you still keeping LVP's name in your mouth when she's already told you to keep it out of it. That actually would have been the most interesting thing, because that would have been actually about you, Teddi. What did Heather Dubrow say to you? That's the tea I want. But I also want the tea that you guys want. So put down your questions in your comments below about LVP, Teddi, Kyle, Heather, Tamara, and the rest of it. And do you think Bravo is going to give Teddi her diamond back? But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. Check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. So with that, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!